everyone! Today we're diving into something super important: how administrators can empower teachers to enhance the effectiveness of their literacy programs. You've probably heard a lot about picking the right reading program based on evidence from the science of reading. But here's the thing: even the best programs need great teachers to make them work. And it's up to administrators to provide the necessary training and support. Training teachers on effective instructional practices can help them more successfully implement an evidence-based reading program, no matter which one it is. In this video, we will discuss how administrators can facilitate successful implementation of a new literacy program by providing meaningful training on explicit instruction, emphasizing the importance of teacher clarity in reading instruction, finding the balance between fidelity and flexibility, bridging content and pedagogical teacher knowledge to classroom application. In part 1 of this video, we'll be discussing how to provide meaningful training on explicit instruction. Stay tuned for part 2, where we will focus on teacher clarity, flexibility and fidelity, and bridging content and pedagogy to classroom application. With that being said, let's dive right into explicit instruction. So first of all, what is explicit instruction exactly? Well, explicit instruction in literacy involves clearly and systematically teaching reading and writing skills through direct, step-by-step explanations and modeling. This approach requires educators to break down learning tasks into manageable pieces, model the skills, provide guided practice with scaffolding, and offer immediate feedback. Administrators can provide professional development to teachers on how to teach reading and writing skills in an explicit way. When planning professional development on explicit instruction, it is helpful to break it down into pieces, just like we do for our students in classrooms. The first piece of explicit instruction is really task analysis. It sounds fancy, but it's just about training teachers to break down complex tasks into smaller steps, just like we're doing here with explicit instruction. Task analysis is super useful for teaching literacy skills like decoding, reading comprehension, because they are made up of smaller cumulative skills. When teachers break things down, students can understand and remember the material better. Here's an example of what task analysis can look like for summarization of a narrative text. First, teachers would determine the pieces that make up a narrative summary, like characters, setting, plot, sequencing, and problem solution. Once summarization has been broken down into those smaller pieces, a plan can be made to teach each part individually before putting them all together. This way, students get a solid foundation and will be able to summarize more effectively. Even if your reading program already breaks things down into pieces like this, providing training on task analysis can help teachers evaluate and adapt those materials as necessary for clear, explicit lessons. The next piece of explicit instruction is modeling. Modeling is where teachers show students exactly what they want them to do. Whether it's decoding a word or summarizing a text, teachers need to demonstrate step by step how it's done and think out loud so students can see the thought process. Training teachers on how to model effectively is crucial. Professional learning communities, sometimes known as PLCs, are great for this. Teachers can practice together, give feedback, and refine their techniques. It's all about collaboration and continuous improvement. The next key part of explicit instruction is the gradual release of responsibility. Providing professional development to teachers on how to slowly shift the learning responsibility from themselves to the students is crucial with any reading program. Training can start by looking at the levels of instruction. Start with focused instruction, I do, move to guided instruction, we do, then collaborative learning, you do together, and finally independent practice, you do it alone. It can be helpful for teachers to collaborate on identifying how these levels translate to their reading program materials. Which examples will be used for the focused instruction? How and what will students be practicing? If the program has adequate gradual release structure in the materials, teachers can practice these steps together. If more robust gradual release planning is required, especially for novice teachers, PLCs can be a great forum for this work. It's critical that during training that you emphasize the importance of not skipping the middle steps. Guided practice and collaborative learning are crucial. That's where students get the support and feedback they need before tackling tasks on their own. It's all about reducing scaffolding as they become more confident and more capable. The fourth piece of explicit instruction is providing feedback. Effective feedback involves offering specific, immediate, and constructive responses to student reading and writing efforts. By providing feedback, teachers can reinforce correct strategy use, like word decoding strategies, and help address misunderstandings. To train teachers on this instructional piece, administrators can conduct professional development sessions that highlight the importance of timely and targeted feedback. These sessions should include modeling of how to provide feedback that is clear and focused on the specific skill being practiced, such as phonemic awareness, decoding, fluency, etc. Teachers can benefit from role-playing activities where they practice delivering feedback in various reading scenarios, followed by reflective discussions to improve their techniques. Additionally, working as a team to anticipate student misunderstandings and brainstorm targeted feedback for specific reading lessons can be a helpful activity. Ongoing coaching through observation, coaching cycles, and encouraging teachers to be reflective of their practices can be critical pieces of successful implementation of explicit instruction when combined with a high-quality reading program. That's the end of part 1 of our video on how administrators can empower teachers to enhance the effectiveness of their literacy programs. Stay tuned for part 2, where we will discuss teacher clarity, flexibility and fidelity, and bridging content and pedagogy to classroom application. And in the meantime, feel free to take a deeper dive into this topic by reading our blog on how effective teacher training can maximize literacy outcomes, linked in the post description.